JP, let's take a look at the starting grid because Alessandro DiMario is your pole sitter.
And then we got Drain and Sanchez there on the front row. Greg Vosberg, a previous winner. We saw him at the last round. King and Ella Dreher. Great job from her, putting herself second row, sixth on the grid. Bodie Page, another winner this year. Correa, Fraley, Betancourt, Cody Kopp, and Landon Smith. And then we've got Garcia and Solly Mervis on the back. I didn't see Solly out on the warm-up lap, so that is a concern. But yeah, this is going to be a draft fest, and I always say this at MotoAmerica.
But it's time for a 7-lap race. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a bit of a jump start for Sam Drain. He's able to slow it back down, but we'll see what the stewards have to say about that one. Yeah. So for Drain, the 59, for a moment, he just had just a little bit of one of those things that happen. But here we go into turn number 1. DiMario trying to go around the outside. No, it's going to be the 31 of Vosberg. Hank Vosberg in his local race from De Pere, Wisconsin. Of course, racing that Tytler Cycles Kramer APX 350 MA. And he wants to do it in front of his home crowd right now.
And he's got DiMario right behind him. And then you see Bodie Page has jumped into that third. Now, this is where it's important. You want to do your best to get in that draft, but if you're 4th, 5th, even 7th back in this group, you've got to be wary that the fact that you're going to get drugged down into turn 5. So you don't want to overshoot turn 5 as they go down in front of all this packed house here at MotoAmerica. They're going to be 5 wide, Greg, as they go into 5.
Here we go, looking for some real estate. Is everybody getting through there cleanly? They do. Boy, that was some heads-up stuff because turn 5 is gnarly.
Yeah, the whole field is still together, which is good, but it's going to be Bodie Page, who came out of turn 3 and 3rd. He's going to work his way and find his way to the front. DiMario came out of turn 3 and 2nd and stays there, and you can see these front two. Now we're kind of in that section that's a little bit more technical. These two guys have broke away. Vosberg's gotten dropped a little bit back to 5th, so he lost out on that battle down into turn 5, and now it's going to be Drain, moves himself up into 3rd on the 59 on that Estenson racing bike. And but the front right now, it's DiMario and Page. And for Bodie right now, he can kind of stay in that area behind DiMario. If these guys work together, they might try to start to get away ever so slightly. The 32 also is back there, Greg. Carson King in 4th.
Yeah, they can't let this gap grow anymore because they're going to need that front straightaway to close things back up. But a good run from DiMario. And a look over the shoulder for the number 24, Landon Smith. And it looks like Cody Kopp, number 12, on the KR machine back there. So back and forth we go into Canada corner for the first time. DiMario has inside position, but the 65 sweeping around the outside. A big incident. And a couple of riders, three riders down.
Going down into there, Greg, into that turn, into Canada corner. Claim 3 of our riders. We'll figure out who that all is. But it looked like it was in that battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, somewhere in there. So we'll keep an eye out and see who that was.
Here we go. Big run onto the front straightaway. DiMario has a look over his shoulder. We know that Ella Dreher still in the mix, the 22 back there. So here comes the 65. Up to the stripe we go. Up the hill, the draft and pass maneuver. And it's going to be DiMario who's credited with this lap lead, even though sitting there in no man's land right now, just pushing his own wind. That's not going to help him. There are plenty of corners here at MotoAmerica to make up time, but not enough for this long straightaway if you don't have a draft. Gets credited with that lap led at a 2:37.654, the fastest lap of the race. DiMario uses the draft and pass again. And as Page goes up the inside into turn number 3, we welcome the 3rd member of our broadcast team, Hannah Lopen, into the mix.
For Bodie Page, it's quite a long break between the last round and this round, but he wanted to keep his skills sharp and had the opportunity to make a wild card debut in the Asia Talent Cup at Qatar last month, qualified 16th and had 2 9th place, so 2 top 10 finishes in his debut, which is just a testament to how talented this young racer is.
Pull up alongside one another, and I wouldn't be surprised if Drain is leading this battle as they head down into turn 1, because he's going to get a major draft here, Derek, down the front straight. You can see he's getting drawn into the back. He's going to pull out to the left of them. So we'll see if he's able to make this pass. Looks like he's got it done. Now, what will Bodie Page do? Will they try to outbreak him going down into 1? Nope, it's going to be Drain, DiMario, and Page. So now, obviously, Drain's feeling pretty confident. 2:37 flat. Fast lap of the race, faster than we qualified, I believe, as well, for the first three as they're in the 37s. That battle for fourth is a battle between Correa and Dreyer, and you see Nathan Betancourt back there trying to come up and get on par with these two. For a reference, Greg, the next three, down through all Canada corner and down the straight there, they're going to come across the line 3 abreast. This time, Bodie Page starts it in 3rd place coming out of the last corner, and he'll draft his way all the way to the front. So these are all kind of trial runs that we've seen here at Road America before. But for these young riders, Greg, it's the first time they're having the real chance to feel this out.
So just under 3 laps to go, Hannah.
Jason, you're exactly right. This is really the first opportunity for the majority of the riders in the field at this track. So learning this track and getting up to speed here has been quite challenging this weekend, especially considering the wet conditions yesterday. Setup's quite a bit different from yesterday to today. And you're also looking at, more than a 2.5 minute lap time. And so laps are kind of few and far between. They're not able to get as many procession as they would at a shorter track. So it's definitely been kind of a learning curve, and it's really nice to see such close racing at the front despite that.
Yeah, Hannah brings up a really good point. A 30-minute session is a 30-minute session. The fact that they're doing 2 minutes and 37 seconds or even. And of course, Sam Drain looking for a little draft and pass maneuver out of Australia on the Yamaha Blue Crew Estenson Racing entry.
So one of the things you can notice there is it wasn't as easy for DeMario to draft these guys as it is for them to draft him. Alessandro's just a little bit taller, bigger in stature than the 2 kids that are in front of him now. So I feel that for DeMario, he's probably going to feel like he's got to lead through the carousel, down through Canada corner, and try to pull a gap. Because I think that the other 2 have the ability to draft him. As you see now, Sam Drain trying to pull the pin a little bit here with about 1.75 laps to go. He's trying to get himself out front, but Bodie's going to pull him and DeMario along down into turn 5 and try to do another pass. So really, when you start to think about it, between the 65 and the 59, one of them is probably going to want to be 3rd coming out of that last corner on the final lap, because they're going to have the ability to draft the 2 in front of them.
Yeah, especially at 80 miles an hour, accelerating up to 120 miles an hour.
Just completely proving me wrong. And when he comes out of turn 14 here in about 25 seconds, we'll see if he has the ability to draft both of these kids ahead of him before the finish line.
Yeah, because he needs that double draft.
Yeah, he will need that.
Just because he's taller than these 2 in front of him, and so he's positioning himself correctly. Road America, not the most technical track when it comes to corners, but it is technical when it comes to understanding the draft. And the 65 doesn't want to be in 2nd place coming out of the front straightaway. So a nice, easy pass up the inside. Now, DeMario looks like he's in a good spot as well.
If he doesn't, I think he thinks he just made a good test run there and might be able to draft them both at the line. And that's kind of what it looks like he's doing to me.
So it doesn't look like he's going to be close enough to make any kind of bomb down into turn number 5. If you haven't been here before, that is a steep drop off, and it looked like maybe a little, yeah.
I don't think
Last time by the stripe, it was .008. Could we see an even closer margin of victory as we come into Canada corner?
Well, Bodie feels like he can lead it now because he's made that pass. He's going to do his best to try to run out of this right, get through turn 13, a very, very fast left, where they're probably taking this turn here, Greg, in 5th gear on these little bikes, trying to rip through as we have I believe that's
Ian Fraley. Ian Fraley's down. All right, so here we go. Final corner of the race. We're coming to the stripe. DeMario in a good position if he can get a draft. The 65's got a little bit of a gap. If the 59 can't catch it, here they come up the hill. As they go to the line, they're going to fan out, try to get out of the draft. Here comes Sam Drain, and no to the line. The 59 with the victory over Bodie Page and DeMario. And the battle for 4th place is going to go as we come up the hill. They're going to cross the line, and it looks like Ella Dreyer is going to time that pass perfectly. And then here we come up the hill.
I mean, it's right now, every part of your body is just sucked into the draft right now, and you're trying to get as close to that tank as you can. And Sam Drain did it just a tiny bit better right there. I mean, there's nothing to this, Greg. And DeMario himself just needed about another 100 feet of racetrack, but
here's a look at the results from our Parts Unlimited Talent Cup by Motul, and it's Sam Drain with his first victory in this Talent Cup class, and Bodie Page and Alessandro DeMario. That's going to have a little bit to do with the points too as well. Ella Dreyer just ahead of Correa. Betancourt, Kopp, Smith, good recovery from Cody Kopp, by the way.
Yes.
And then you have Garcia and Ian Fraley just behind Landon Smith. So for Sam Drain, let's get right down to Hannah, who has second place.
Second place today, Bodie Page. You were trying to lead it across the line but got drafted there. Take us through our last lap.
Yeah, I tried some things the lap before, and I felt that I could lead across the line if I got out of the corner good enough, but apparently not. Apparently the slipstream's pretty good, but congratulations to the boys. It was a super fun race, and I'd like to thank all my sponsors, especially Mission and Corey Texter, and just everyone who helps me. Thank you. I can't thank my parents enough, and Dylan and Rob Descartes, I can't thank them enough. They do so much for me, and hopefully we can get the win tomorrow in the next race.
Great ride by Bodie Page today, guys.
But let's get back down to Hannah, who has our first-time winner, Sam Drain.
It was quite the finish there at the end. Tell us how you were able to utilize the draft and what gave you the confidence to pull it off so close for that finish at the line.
Me and Bodie and Alessandro were battling all race. I got a bad start, got put back, and I had to fight my way to the front, but I ended up getting it done, and yeah, it was a good race.
Congratulations to Sam Drain, our race winner, and third place today, Alessandro DiMario. Take us through your race.
I mean, I got a pretty good start, and I was up front. I kept turning around to see who was behind me and to see how big the group was. But I mean, I tried on the second to last lap. I tried going third and seeing if I could win, and I think I crossed the line first. So I tried that the last lap, and it didn't work. But I mean, I tried my best. I want to thank all my sponsors and the team. Thank you.
Sounds like Alessandro DiMario has some things to think about ahead of tomorrow's race, guys.
Roger, as you watch these young kids celebrate being here on the podium, you see the first-time winner in this category of Sam Drain. Take yourself back to being 14 years old and going through some of these big moments.
To take a look, and the education of drafting and passing is always really important. But here's a look at the championship. So the lead has shrunk a little bit because Drain got some points back on DiMario. So now it is 12 points in this championship.